I just caught me hammering stuff. Some other stuff in here too, I guess, but I don't know. Boy, do I love hammering things, though. You know, there was a theorist who had something to say about this, I think. His name was Abraham Maslow, and he became famous for what's known as the law of the hammer. No, the law of the instrument. What it says is basically, if all you have is a hammer, all the world is a nail. And I can tell you from experience, if you give a little kid especially a new tool, they will start to see all the world as a thing that tool can be applied to. It's a lot of fun to watch kids discover new things like a hammer. It's less fun to watch them bang everything, because to them, all the world has become a nail. Now, people often make this mistake with media. They think that media convergence is all about using the latest technology, making everything video or interactive, or making it all about something shiny and new. Sometimes that is the case, but really, media convergence is about trying to find the right tool for the job. It's about getting people the best story possible in the appropriate format. And that's where this idea of editing comes in. Editing starts with the structure, trying to find the pieces and put them together in the right way so that it makes the most sense for a high quality story, and then choosing the right tools to get that story across to the audience. Kodak fell prey to this, right? In 1880, they had 90% of all film sales. They had 85% of all camera sales. But they even invented the digital camera in 1975. George Fisher came in the mid-1990s, and he could have become the next Mark Zuckerberg, right? He created a platform that would allow you to post pictures and even share them online. This could have become Instagram. Instead, they went bankrupt. They got really good at doing what they were already really good at. They knew how to bang things with their film and camera hammers, and they just kept banging and kept banging and kept banging. And so with their heads thoroughly entrenched in their dark rooms, they almost went completely out of business. Media changes quickly. So what this is all about is about transferable skills. It's about learning to find the right tool for the right job. It's about learning quickly, being comfortable with a learning curve, adapting to new programs and new technologies, and all the while trying to distill these general principles that you can apply whether you're using a hammer or one of these things once I figure out what it actually does. It's about trying to find the right tool for the right job. Now, one of the ways that you will be learning new things quickly and distilling out these general principles is with these. Yeah, how's that for a transition? These are your textbooks. Dynamics of Media Writing by Vincent Filak. I've looked through a lot of textbooks on this subject matter, and this is the best that I've seen. He writes very clearly and accessibly, and it's up to date, and he knows what he's talking about. So much so that he decided he couldn't fit it all in one book, and so he decided to go on and make this one, Convergent Journalism. Both of these books are not mutually exclusive. They overlap some, but they also are very different, so we're using them in tandem. This one leans much more on the writing side of things, and this one leans much more in the editing side of things. So you'll see, if you see in the syllabus DMW, that's going to be Dynamics of Media Writing, and if you see CJ, that's going to be Convergent Journalism. We're also going to be referring to the Associated Press Style Guide, which gets updated every year. This is the Bible for media writing, and it even has a briefing on media law in it since the past few revisions. It gets updated every year, and you can get a subscription for it. It's really intimidating looking. But it's actually not that bad once you dive into it. It's mostly definitions of terms and glossaries. Super useful, and we will be coming back to this again and again throughout this course. Just in case you might be feeling a little rusty on your good old school grammar, your punctuation and your sentence phrases and clauses and all of that good stuff, I recommend you taking a look at the William Strunk and E.B. White's Elements of Style. This is, for all intents and purposes, the gold standard of style guides for basically for the old guard of English. I will be using this as the default when the Associated Press has nothing to say about an issue we can't figure out, and this is basically what laid the groundwork for things like this. In fact, the Associated Press Stylebook actually gives a shout out to Strunk and White in its pages. So that's what we'll be using in this class. I hope you'll take a look at what we've got coming up next, and I'll see you soon.